Welcome to the Resilience Training Program, a project created by Seniors Action Quebec and sponsored by Canadian Heritage. Seniors Action Quebec is a nonprofit organization that works to maintain and enhance the vitality of English-speaking Quebec seniors. Its mission is to identify and address challenges and issues in order to promote a healthy and active lifestyle for English-speaking seniors. My name is Mirella Castrachini, and I would like to share this program with you, and I hope that what you learn through this training will help you grow and develop your resilience skills. This is the second of a 6-part series on resilience training. The goal of the program is to build a stronger, more vibrant English-speaking seniors network who will be better equipped to engage with the wider community. The objectives is to provide a series of resilience skills trainings to English-speaking seniors that will build confidence, nurture self-advocacy, and promote community engagement. This training program uses Dr. Kenneth Ginsberg's model of building resilience skills as a framework for our 6 modules. Dr. Ginsberg, child pediatrician and human development expert, proposes that there are 7 integral and interrelated components that make up being a resilient individual. The 7 C's are actually an adaptation of the 5 C's model of the positive youth development movement. The skills include competence, connection, character, confidence, contribution, coping, and control. What is resilience? Resilience is the quality of recovering quickly from failure and adversity, and not only returning to what was, but using the opportunity to grow and further your personal growth. Adversity, recovery, and growth. So we begin our second module called Character Strengths, using character strengths to build resilience. The learning objectives of this module is that of recognizing your top character strengths, and secondly, using your top character strengths to build resilience. And so, what is character? According to the American Psychological Association, character is defined as the totality of the individual's attributes and personality traits, particularly his or her characteristic, moral, social, and religious attitudes. Character is often used synonymously with personality. Character, in many ways, is a combination of our mind, soul, and backbone. Character is a verb demonstrated in what we do, how we do it, and why we do it. Resilient individuals possess personality characteristics that help moderate the negative effects of stress and promote adaptation. In other words, a resilient person is one who can manage a difficult situation and can make lemonade out of lemons. When discussing character and resilience, we are sure to come across the concept of personality hardiness, first introduced by researcher and psychologist Susan Cabasa. In her work, she noted that there were certain individuals who demonstrated an ability to handle and control stressful events by engaging in certain emotional, cognitive, and behavioral responses that minimize negative impact on the individual. Cabasa characterized personality hardiness as comprising of 3 components, or 3 C's: commitment, control, and challenge. As explained by Cabasa, commitment refers to one's ability to believe in the truth, importance, and interest value of who one is and what one is doing, which results in a tendency to evolve oneself fully in many aspects of life, including work, family, and interpersonal relationship. Control refers to an individual's belief that they can have significant control over what is happening in their life. They have several approaches to help them cope successfully on their own and draw from different life experiences turning adversity into something manageable and useful. The third component proposed by Kobasa is challenge. Challenge is based on the belief that change, rather than sameness or predictability, is the norm. These are people more likely to thrive under the circumstances of a new challenge or opportunity brought about by a new endeavor. Their outlook allows them to turn obstacles into opportunities. The resilient personality is characterized, most of all, by cognitive flexibility and an ability to tolerate ambiguity well. The resilient personality uses both external and internal resources to find balance and manage negative outcomes. Often described as a person with a strong sense of purpose, have the capacity to engage the support of others, open to change, have a strong sense of self efficacy, they're motivated, have a sense of humor, recognize their limits to control, and have an action oriented approach. The resilient personality uses all his ability to handle challenging circumstances by keeping an open mind and looking at the different possibilities that are available to him. He is able to manage the unknown and step out of his comfort zone. And as we take a closer look at character traits that shape the resilient personality, we ask you, which of the traits are rooted in your character that make you resilient? As we begin our work on identifying our character strengths, we can look at what has been done in the field of positive psychology. Positive psychology promotes the study and understanding of people at their best. It assumes that the good life can be achieved by identifying our strengths and fostering them rather than repairing weaknesses. It does not ignore those things that are not working well, but uses our unique strengths to promote wellness. Character strengths are a very important component in the field of positive psychology, and this is why we favor this approach to doing our work on resilience. Researchers have found that the benefits of identifying and using your character strengths increase the probability of achieving goals as well as providing a stronger sense of life direction, promotes an elevated sense of vitality and motivation, inspires higher self confidence, engagement, and productivity, and reduces the likelihood of distress and dysfunction. The theory of 24 character strengths is the result of extensive research done by a team of renowned scholars and researchers, a team led by founder of positive psychology Martin Seligman, along with psychologist Christopher Peterson. The research identified numerous human qualities that were highly regarded by all cultures across the globe. And among these, 24 were selected as character strengths that define and lead to 6 virtues: wisdom, courage, humanity, justice, temperance, and transcendence. Here we have the 24 character strengths assigned to the 6 virtues. In the virtue of humanity, we find the character strengths of social intelligence, kindness, and love. In wisdom, love of learning, curiosity, judgment, creativity, and perspective. In the virtue of justice, teamwork, fairness, and leadership. Transcendence, an appreciation of beauty, gratitude, hope, spirituality, and humor. In virtue of courage, bravery and valor, zest and vitality, perseverance and integrity. And in the final virtue of temperance, we find this character strength of forgiveness, humility, prudence, and self regulation. In knowing your character strengths, you're more likely to rely on them in difficult times. For example, you have just learned that your insurance company will not cover some of your medications. You had been told by the insurance representative that these medications would be covered, and now you're told that you will have to pay more for coverage. How do you deal with this problem? If your top character strengths are curiosity, fairness, and perseverance, then in all probability, you will be looking for information about your rights as a consumer, research consumer advocate groups, or learn more about the pharmaceutical companies that produce less expensive brands. These are ways in which you use your strengths to handle the problem and remain resilient throughout. Character Strengths Inventory. Complete the following exercise to explore your character strengths and those you would like to develop. Once you've completed the exercise, list the top 5 character strengths that you have checked off as mostly like me. Which of these strengths do you use in time of adversity? Now list the top 5 of character strengths which you have listed as not often like me. And finally, looking over this list, what are the strengths you would like to develop? The towing effect. The towing effect refers to the boosting up of a lesser strength with a higher strength, a strategy to help develop the lesser strength. For example, one person might use their signature strength of curiosity to boost their lesser strength of prudence by questioning others for advice on ways to be more conscientious. Or a person may wish to boost their lesser strength of humility by using their signature strength of kindness through focusing care and empathy toward others and listening for the struggles of others rather than sharing one's own experiences. Here is an example that demonstrates how to develop a character, such as bravery, and the activities to help build this character strength. For other examples, refer to the annex at the end of this module. The following exercise will help you to determine which of your strengths you would like to tow and what you can do to develop them. List your top 5 strengths in the first column, and in the second column, list 3 of your lesser strengths that you would like to develop. And in the third column, list the possible actions you can take with your top strengths to boost your lesser strengths. Can a character strength be overused or underused? Here we bring the notion of balance and the need to be aware of how the use of our strengths can be counterproductive or produce negative outcomes on ourselves or others. If, for example, we were to underuse the strength of bravery, our unwillingness to be vulnerable can result in a missing valuable opportunity. If we overuse the strength, we may find ourselves taking foolish risks or not taking others' feelings into consideration, resulting in possible harm to others and or yourself. The optimal use of a strength, or what can be called the golden mean or sweet spot, reflects the balance among the minor and major extremes. Before we move on to the following exercise, we would like you to consider a difficult challenge you are currently experiencing. You will use it as an opportunity to complete the next exercise called Extracting Strengths from Problems. Exercise 3. This exercise helps you in getting a different perspective on challenges and to practice problem solving while simultaneously becoming more aware of your strengths and learning how to apply them best. Instead of having a problem-based approach, learn how to use a strength-focused approach. Courage in action. Considering that one of the issues commonly faced by seniors is that of financial limitations, any increase in living expenses can become a very stressful experience. The following scenario is a short exchange between a community worker, Barbara, and senior Sylvia, who is confronted by the possibility of losing her apartment because she can't afford the rent increase. Sylvia asks Barbara for help, but it soon becomes apparent that Sylvia has many strengths that she may have not realized that would help her in dealing with the problem.
Good morning, Sylvia. I saw you called last night. Is everything all right?
Oh, hello, Barbara. Thank you so much for calling me back. You wouldn't believe the news I got about my apartment. The landlord sent a notice of an increase in my rent, and now, since my finances have taken a hit with the recent situation, I'm lost and losing sleep, as are the many other seniors in this building that I've spoken to. Can you help?
Oh my goodness, that doesn't sound good at all. I would love to help. What do you think your options are?
At this point, I'm so overwhelmed. I can't even focus on my next step. I don't want to move, and I know a lot of the others wouldn't want to either. And I don't think it's fair to increase it at this time. If nobody speaks up, I guess we won't have much of a choice.
How about you talk to the landlord?
I already have, and his response was, I'm not running a nonprofit organization, and the rent increase is as suggested by the rental board.
Sounds like a difficult situation and quite overwhelming for you. Usually, you're very optimistic. Maybe we can take this one step at a time.
I don't know what to do first. I'm not ready to leave my friends, my neighborhood, things that I've grown attached to.
Looks like your options are either move or contest the increase. Can you go to the rental board and place a complaint against him? Or maybe get the tenants to sign a letter?
Oh no, I don't feel confident in doing that. I don't have the guts to take on the rental board. Besides, I don't speak French well enough to fight this fight or the confidence to rally and lead the rest of the tenants.
Well, I guess you have very little choice.
I can't accept that I have to leave the apartment, nor can I stand the thought of us seniors being shoved out of here.
How committed are you to staying there?
I'm very committed, but most of all, very angry that we're being treated unfairly, and I know I have the right to contest the increase, but I'm too afraid to do it alone. I don't think I could stand in front of a judge and the landlord. It's terrifying for me.
I understand your fear, but isn't it important enough for you to find the courage? I know you're a very resourceful person and quite creative. Is there a way you can find another tenant to work with you? You're well liked, so maybe you can bring them together and vote on someone to take the leadership role.
That sounds less threatening for me. Some of us will be meeting for a bridge game today. I can bring it up then.
How is Sylvia using her strengths? She sounds more motivated to overcome her situation. While still frustrated, she is nonetheless open to solving the problem with the help of others. Her social intelligence is evident when she is expressing a deep concern for her fellow senior tenants. She is demonstrating courage to face with fear, and her strength of justice is a boost to her lesser strength of courage.
You certainly sound more confident about resolving your issue now than at the start of our conversation. Your resilience is inspiring.
Well, after years of experience, you gain a little wisdom. Heck, maybe I should start a blog, whatever that is. Thanks for being here for me with an open heart.
My pleasure. Keep me updated with what is going on.
Great, I will keep you posted. Goodbye.
Take care.
The Programs and Services Guide for Seniors, produced by the Government of Quebec, is a great resource guide for those looking for help in all areas such as housing, transportation, health centers, and so on. Be sure to consult their website. Here's an excerpt from the resource guide addressing housing issues and information on where to seek help. Here is a copy of the complaints form used to file a complaint to the Régie de Logement de Québec. Petitioners can file online or by downloading the document and mailing it in, or by calling their offices to receive a copy. And here are some additional resources for information you can get from your local community organizations. This is an open letter written by Ryan Nemec, psychologist and chairman of the Values and Action Institute, shared at the onset of the pandemic in March 2020. He offers a few ideas on how to use your strengths to uplift you during this difficult time. See which one speaks to you. The first of these is that of creating social connection. We are all social beings at our core, so social isolation runs the risk of leading to meaningful psychological distress. Tip 1. Create social connection. Try applying your strengths of love and kindness to stay in touch. And keep in mind that hearing a voice and seeing a face can enhance connectedness above and beyond texting. The flip side of social isolation is that many people will be isolated together, creating a forced physical closeness that can cause distress. For healthy relationships, we all need to regulate our closeness and distance from each other. The second tip proposed by Mr. Nemec is that before reacting to someone's request for personal space, try applying your strength of social intelligence to consider their needs and emotions. Now more than ever, we can be more generous in offering each other allowances for time out from each other. Tip 3. Try new hobbies. Your strength of creativity can help you think of alternate ways to continue to find enjoyment, exercise, and calm your mind and body. Or use your strength of curiosity to learn new things or to try a new hobby. Research has shown that learning something new is an effective way to manage stress. Tip 4. Find the silver lining. Now is a time for hope that the virus will become reasonably contained and effective treatment for the illness and immunization against it will come sooner rather than later. Character strengths are forged in the cauldron of stress and challenge and help us get through the difficult times. And finally, Mr. Nemec suggests, as we await better news, we can broaden our focus beyond the virus without diminishing its impact. Turn to your strengths of perseverance and love of learning to work on projects you now have the time to attend to. Don't set aspirations aside. Try to keep forward progress when you can. We are now at the end of Module 2, and here's a brief summary of what was covered. 1. The three components of personality hardiness are commitment, control, and challenge. It characterizes the individual's ability to buffer against negative effects of stress. 2. The resilient personality is characterized by the cognitive flexibility and the ability to tolerate uncertainty. 3. A team of researchers and scholars led by positive psychologists Christopher Peterson and Martin Seligman identified 24 character strengths that were assigned to 6 virtues. 4. Identifying our character strengths helps us to deal with challenging or stressful events. 5. The towing effect refers to the boosting up or lesser strength with a higher strength. And finally, the underuse or overuse of character strengths can have a negative impact on both self and others. To summarize it best, then, we can say that strengths of character is the ability to look at one's top strengths, to engage authentically, overcome challenges, and create a life aligned with one's values. Thank you for taking the time and interest in this module. As this is the second of 6 modules, we hope you will continue with us on this journey of building your resilience. Be sure to take a look at the annexes below, which include all the character strengths and virtues, as well as a list of character strengths and how to build them.